This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
When I was about 7 years old, I watched my older brother Sherman nearly get killed while riding his bike out into the street. He was barreling out of an alleyway on his hulking red cruiser, and a car screeched its tires to avoid hitting him. Unfortunately, my parents watched the same event, and my bike riding career was over before it began. They never bought me a bike, or let me ride one from then on. Of course, I found ways to ride my neighbor Alan Roberts' bike, and nearly got caught on many occasions. Mom and Dad always promised they would buy me a car when I reached 16 to compensate, but to someone under 10 years old, this meant nothing. The fact that I never had a bike set me apart from the other kids. It was hard to explain, but I felt special, in a short school bus kind of way. This started a trend of my mother being overprotective, more by setting rules than by providing actual hands-on supervision. I could never claim to be a bike rider, so I find it ironic that my most acclaimed role as an actor, and one I'm most known for, is the role of a world-class bicyclist. I got my first acting part at 13 in the local high school production of Dandelion Wine. I was only in junior high at the time. The prospect of joining my big brother's drama department for one of their plays made me feel like I was on Broadway. The play only lasted 2 weeks, but it gave me the desire to be an actor. The rush of being on stage and the camaraderie was like nothing I'd ever experienced. Intoxicating. I grew up in the 1970s in Richardson, Texas, a suburb of Dallas, light years from Hollywood. There wasn't a lot of encouragement from home to become an actor. Although my parents weren't opposed to it, they were too strung out from working hard to be of any help with my daydreams, and I was too unfocused to pursue it on my own. They were both older when I was born, so they didn't have a lot of energy left after paying the bills. Norvin, my dad, was a car salesman, even though he had moved to Dallas from Oklahoma to continue his career as a professor of radio and television. Dorothy, my mom, was a full-time nurse. She had a drinking problem that she later conquered and was the main breadwinner. We needed and dreaded her at the same time. I have a much older half-brother who I met for the first time on his way to Vietnam, and another brother I was very close to who died skiing when I was in my early teens. So things always seemed chaotic. One could say I fell in with the wrong crowd in junior high and high school, but these were my dear friends, and several of them remain my friends to this day. At least the ones who didn't drive themselves to an early grave. We wore black T-shirts, listened to the Stones, and were liberal hippies in the middle of the Bible Belt, with a redneck Texan edge. I can recall a classmate during class reacting to my liberal attitude. "Why don't you just shave your head and move to China?" China, that bastion of liberalism. I would have fit right in. Kirk Harrison was my best friend through junior high and high school. He was the coolest of the freaks and tough as nails. He came from a broken home and did not seem to fit in anywhere, especially school. So we bonded over that, I suppose. Kirk smoked Marlboros by the pack, his first word, his mom claims, and enjoyed being expelled for smoking in the bathroom. It gave him more time to smoke. We enjoyed getting into trouble together. We were keenly aware that at Richardson High School we felt like we had shackles, not wings. I spent most of my high school years partying with my friends and cutting class. But I did take drama. This kept my interest in the performing arts alive, even though I never did any high school plays while actually in high school. I kind of felt I was above it all, having been in the aforementioned high school play while still in junior high. What a big shot. And I didn't like the new drama teacher, which gave me a good excuse not to participate. Besides, my big brother, Sherman, went through the professional theater program at SMU and was supposed to be the big actor in the family. I was happy to remain a window washer during the week and a skydiver on the weekends, which is when I got my first taste of big air.